These are the 7 habits that made me a millionaire by age 24. Number 1 was reading. Now, reading taught me that education doesn't stop after school, it actually starts after school. And I was working at Burger King when I first left high school, and I was so lost, anxious, and I felt stupid. And one time on break, I just got sick of playing on my phone. I'd work and I'd come sit in the little box office and I'm allowed a burger, a fries, and a drink for my lunch. And then I just sit and play on my phone. And one day I just got sick of it and I decided to walk around the mall, Pakuranga Mall, shopping mall, and I walked into a bookstore. And the first book I picked up was called 30 Days and 30 Ways to Kill Anxiety. Now I'm not telling you to read that. It was just the first book I picked up and bought on my own. And I never thought learning was cool or anything like that. But what it taught me was that I can still continue to learn. Now, I don't know why people, once they leave high school or university or whatever, they just stop learning altogether. And it just doesn't make sense to me. I later went on to read books on personal development, on business, on the law of attraction, and it later led me to where I am today, and I still to this day continue to read daily. I think it's a very important practice. And number 2 is journaling. I first started journaling probably when I was 19, and I honestly started out as just writing to-do lists. I kept writing to-do lists for my day. That's another great habit. And I just needed a place to keep all my to-do lists. I actually started journaling because I was very emotional and very heartbroken, you could say. I don't know. I was very lost and I was very confused. And I thought that by writing down what was in my head, it would help me to visualize and internalize better what was going through my own mind. Hence why journaling is so important. And you can also write down what you want to accomplish, how you're feeling, and if you end up writing something that you just find so shocking, you're like, wow, that's actually passing through my head, you can set it on fire. I've burned a few journals in my lifetime, seriously. And if you've ever want to just get something off your chest and you want to express it, but you just know nobody needs to hear it, write it down on a piece of paper and set it on fire and let it go. It's another simple practice you can do. And the third thing is meditation. And most people, everyone on the earth, has a monkey brain. Everyone just moves through life on instinct. Like just earlier today, I'm doing my YouTube stuff, doing my course stuff, and I'm getting up and walking around this room, back and forth, and I found myself holding a lighter inside of my nose so the gas fumes would go into my brain, and I'm just like, what am I doing? What the hell was I doing? That was just me acting on impulse. Everyone likes to turn their brain off because thinking is hard. And I meditated this morning, so I don't know what that was about. And meditation, the way you do it, is just about focusing on your breath. Because when you focus on your breath, your mind is going to go off on other things like, what am I going to eat later? Oh shit, did I pay that fine? When's my next bill? Is she going to text me back? Whatever. And then you need to come back to the breath. Meditation is about losing focus and regaining focus. Losing focus is normal. People say they can't meditate. That's soy boy fucking pussy shit right there. Anyone can meditate. You can sit down, you can meditate. You can lie down, you can meditate. It's just about becoming a statue and focusing on your breath, self-control, mentally and physically. Which leads us to the fourth thing, cold showers. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't done this for years. But when I was first starting out on my journey, I'm just like, shit, what am I going to do? I don't know what to do for money. I don't have any skills. I don't have any networks. What am I going to do? I started doing cold showers. And what cold showers does is that it creates more dopamine so that you so that the hard work that you need to do throughout the day is more enjoyable. By having high levels of dopamine, it will make the hard work more enjoyable. And that's why I would do it in the morning. Like I would get up at 5 a.m. and I knew my day was going to be shit. My construction job was full of laborful tasks and constant reminders that I'm a retard and that I'm useless and that I'm a slow learner. I was going to get the physical and mental abuse, and that cold shower, just, sitting in the cold like a warrior, was just a way to raise my dopamine levels. And then all that stuff throughout my day was a lot easier. And the way you start on a cold shower is what I used to do was I'd have my hot shower and then I would go slowly drop it to like halfway, and then over a few days, I would lower the temperature of the cold water until eventually I could have it on its lowest setting, and then sit in there for like 30 minutes, 30 seconds to a minute. 2 minutes is all you need, and eventually I got to the point where I could do the whole cold shower, nothing about it, and I'm going to get back into it. I haven't been doing it, but I should. And another thing you could do is, let's say you condition your hair every day, or like maybe you shampoo and condition your hair every day. I would shampoo with hot water and then turn it to cold, and then I just wash what was left of me with cold water. Just find out what works for you. Do like baby steps, take everything slowly. And the fifth thing I did to help me become a millionaire at age 24 was choosing the right programming. You are always programming your brain by the music you listen to, by the movies you watch, and the people you hang out with. You are constantly programming your brain to act in a way that leads you to your current results. And I became very aware of that at about 19 or 20 years old. And I started to choose different podcasts. I was very selective of the music I would listen to, and I would spend 3 hours a day in my car, and I would choose audiobooks to listen to. Or there's a lot of like self-development coaches, listen to their work. And the sixth thing was visualization, affirmation, and manifestation. Visualization. I was constantly dreaming for a better life of myself, a life of freedom, a life of money. I wanted to buy my mum her first house. So once you become good at your job, it just becomes brain dead activity. Like, let's say you stack groceries at Countdown or Woolworths, and you could use that time to visualize the person that you want to be, the things that you want to achieve. Or you can sit there, put some music in, listen to your favorite rapper, go on about club and getting girls and getting money, which you're not doing. Or you can use that time, use your brain to affirm to yourself who the person is you want to become. Like I would say to myself, I'm a multi-millionaire. I'm a confident person. I'm a lover boy. I'm handsome. I'm tall. I'm athletic. You can go off on whatever direction you want. I'm an adventurer. I'm a trustworthy person. I make committed decisions. I'm a leader. Whatever you want to achieve, you can do that by affirming it to yourself. And sooner or later, those things begin to manifest themselves. Because the words that come out of your mouth is like spell casting. You can be your own Doctor Strange and like create your own life. It's possible. I've done it. And the seventh thing I did to help me become a millionaire at 24 was investing in myself. Paid groups, courses, education, mentorships. I remember I became a part of Andrew Tate's new, War Room. I was in there for about 2 years until I left. And I was actually speaking to this one guy. We all got together for a restaurant dinner. And he was telling me about all the real estate. He was giving me real estate advice because I was telling him how much to buy my mama house. And I was like, damn, man, you really know a lot about this stuff. And you honestly move with a lot of elegance. And you are like a proper G. You are like, just like divine masculine. And I'm like, how do you do it, man? And he's like, well, I've spent over $100,000 in self-development courses. This guy had spent over $100,000 on courses, self-development, mentorships, books, whatever. And I was like, wow. So I guess in order to get to that level, it's not different to what I'm doing. I was doing the same thing. I was getting inside of paid groups, networks. I was paying for premium education from skilled people that were better at what I wanted to do. And I was doing courses on things that I wanted to master. Like I've paid for mentorships on crypto investing. And you know what? I've actually started my own course and community. I'm going to leave it in the description. I hope those 7 habits speak to you. I hope find use for them. If you can implement them all, great. And I'll see you in the next video.